The silent passenger. It was a stormy night when David, a truck driver, was making his last delivery for the day. The rain was coming down in torrents and visibility on the old highway was poor. He couldn't wait to be done and head home to his warm bed. As he drove, the radio crackled with static and the streetlights became fewer and fewer. The road stretched out before him, dark and desolate. Suddenly, he saw a figure standing on the side of the road, drenched and looking desperate. Against his better judgment, David slowed down and rolled down the window. "Need a lift?" he called out. The figure nodded but said nothing. She was a young woman, her clothes soaked, her face pale. She climbed into the passenger seat without a word, and David noticed how cold the air in the cab became the moment she shut the door. He tried to make small talk, but the woman just stared straight ahead, silent. As the truck rolled on through the rain, David began to feel uneasy. Something wasn't right about her. He glanced over and saw water dripping from her hair, soaking into the seat, but there was something else. Her reflection in the windshield seemed wrong. It wasn't moving the same way she was, like it was lagging behind. He tried to ignore it, but the feeling gnawed at him. He looked again, and this time the reflection's face was twisted in a grotesque smile, while the woman's real face remained blank. His heart raced. He looked away, gripping the steering wheel tightly. After what felt like an eternity, they approached a small, run-down gas station. David decided this was his chance. "I'm stopping here for gas. You can get out here if you want," he said, trying to keep his voice steady. The woman said nothing but nodded slowly. As soon as the truck came to a halt, she opened the door and stepped out into the rain. David let out a breath he didn't realize he was holding. But as he watched her walk toward the gas station, something horrifying happened. The woman vanished into the rain, just disappeared, like she had never been there at all. David's skin crawled. He blinked, trying to make sense of it, but she was gone. David scrambled out of the truck, running into the gas station, breathless. The old man behind the counter raised an eyebrow at him. "Everything all right, son?" he asked. I picked up this woman on the road, but she just vanished," David stammered. The old man's expression darkened. "You didn't pick up anyone," he said slowly. "That's the ghost of old Route 13. Been haunting that road for years. Every now and then, she appears, hitching rides. People say she died in a crash, looking for help. But no one ever makes it home when they give her a lift." David felt the blood drain from his face. His truck was still running outside, but when he looked through the window, he saw it on the passenger seat, wet, muddy footprints.